Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to share the waiver now. So as I mentioned, helpful props to have are whenever we do barre, we always use a mat and we always use a sturdy chair. And I often do use the seat and the back of the chair. So it's helpful to have it, truly be sturdy. Today, if you have hand weights, we will use them. If you have a long resistance band, we will use it. And if you have a short one, we're only going to use it for one song and it's not entirely necessary. So don't worry about that if you don't have one. But we'll have some good fun. So we're going to start on the mat and table. I'm going to put my music on. It keeps me on track. I hope you feel great after you move today. All right. So we're going to start with hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take your time. I always say set up well. And just maybe move through the spine, maybe circle things around a little, or come into cat and cow. Just explore how you're feeling in your skin today. And then land with a nice neutral spine. So hugging the belly up. On an inhale, we're going to take the right knee and pull it in toward the right elbow. And on an exhale, we'll press it back, tucking the toes and stretching into the calf. Inhale, pull in, same side. Exhale, reach back and lengthen the leg. Inhale, draw in. Really feel your belly lift to support. Exhale, press. One more time. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press. Now we're going to hold this leg long with the toe tucked. We'll push the left foot into the mat and just hover the left knee, trying to stay square and level in the pelvis. Look straight down. Set your strong shoulders and keep hugging that navel to the spine for 4 or 3. Last 2 and 1. Bring that knee down. Bring your other knee down. Tuck the tail under and round the spine. Drop the head. Stretch to extension. Roll the shoulders back and the heart forward. And then find neutral. Make sure you really do find neutral before we go to the left side. Inhale, draw the knee in toward the left elbow. Exhale, press back and lengthen that leg. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, press back. 2 more times. Inhale, try not to move too quickly. Just want you to warm up the hip and stretch the back of the calf muscles. 1 more time here. Good. Inhale in. Exhale back. Hold that pressure into the heel. Push into the top of the right foot and just hover the knee. You're going to ask the shoulders to work, but you're also asking the transverse abdominis, especially to lift up, the pelvic floor to scoop up to support that knee. Hover. 1 more breath. And bring it down. Both knees down. Sit your way back to child's pose. Press the hips away from the fingertips. Soften the neck and stretch between the shoulder blades. 1 more breath here. And then we're going to unwind the spine and come to kneeling. Lovely. So we're going to breathe the arms up and out from the shoulders without lifting way up here. From here, we're just going to make those little circles. And I really want you to feel this in the back body. Make sure your tail stays down, your belly lifted. 1 more breath here. And then reverse the direction. So yeah, it's easy to power this from the front of the arms, but see if you can get away from that. And really move with resistance. Create your own resistance for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now turn the fingertips down and circle big circles up, back, and around. Breathing. And just really, we want to get the shoulder joints warm. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center here. Keep your hips somewhat forward and just swing gently side to side. Of course, you could do a lot of this standing too if it didn't feel good on the knees. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now breathe those arms up again. I'm going to sit all the way back to the heels and then just lift to a little hover. So if you can see me from the side, I'm not that far up. So I'm going to use the strong quads here and the strong abdominal connection to keep me in this little hover. Breathe for 4. I'm going to warm up the legs a little. 3, 2, last 1, and release. Beautiful job. Let's swivel those feet around. We're going to warm up the belly. All right, make sure you have a little room behind you on your mat. We're going to come on down Find the feet, make sure they're not too far away from you. Maybe just rock the pelvis back and forth. And then really find your neutral spine. So make sure you're not tucked under, right? Let the bones of the low back and the tailbone settle into the mat. Hands behind the head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're just gonna slide the ribs down as we lift the heart for the ceiling without tucking. So keep that neutral. And lower down. Tiny pulses. Exhale up, inhale down. So we're sliding the ribs sort of down and together. We're letting the head rest into the hands just a little bit so the neck doesn't get weary. And we're really trying to stay neutral in the tail. So this is sort of happening mostly at the rib cage level. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Now as we pulse, we're going to float a leg up, one at a time. Now here, you might feel the pelvis tuck under a little, and that's okay. We're still not crunching all the way in. We're sort of lifting up. So imagine your sternum stretching up toward the ceiling. That's really where your gaze should be. We're almost there. 4 more times. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now land the feet. Make sure they're not too close to you. We're going to stretch the arms up for the ceiling, then reach them back toward the ears and come up to teaser press. So we're going to sweep the arms around and roll up to V-sit. And then tuck the tail, roll back down, and sweep the arms back toward the ears. So use your breath. If rolling through the spine isn't right for you, you might want to come into tabletop and practice some toe taps, reaching one hip open at a time, feet toward the floor. Now you can continue with this motion, or if you feel ready for it, you might bring your legs into tabletop, stretch them long, and come up to full teaser and back down. Really not wasting any time today, huh? Try 2 more times. Last one. Now we'll meet on the mat. We're going to bring the left leg down and stretch through the right heel. Bring the hands to the outside of the right knee and saw our way forward and back. For 5, 4, you got this. Feel that twist across the waist. 3, 2, and 1. Gently switch sides. Stretch that left heel. Turn to the outside of the left knee and make a little sawing motion. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring the legs down. Turn the palms down, hover them off the mat, and find tabletop one more time. Just relax the low back into the mat, hug the belly in. Find your 100. And we'll pulse in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Head could be down. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, almost there. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Blow it out. 2, 3, 4. Pump from the back. 3, 4. Flatten the belly. 3, 4. 2 more sets. And out. 2, 3, 4. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. Blow it out. 2, 3, 4. Reach. Inhale. And exhale. Hug your belly in. Hug your knees in, excuse me. Rock side to side if you wish. Even split the knees apart. Make some circles here. Good. That'll wake you up, huh? One more breath. All right, roll yourself up. So we're gonna work on the glutes a little bit here in tabletop position. If you're willing or interested, you can grab a weight to place behind the knee. So please remember you could at any time come down onto your elbows if your wrists weren't happy in table. But just like we did at the beginning of class, we're gonna set up well. I'm gonna bring a weight behind the right knee. I'm gonna tuck it in and squeeze, activating the hamstrings to hold it. Make sure your table is nice and strong so that when you lift that leg up, you don't shift everything over to the left side. Okay, we're gonna go up in a count of 3, down in a count of 1. Flex that right foot. Up, 2, 3, come down. Don't let the low back arch, and down. Push, 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 come down. You've got this. Up, 2, 3, and down. Again, yes, you have weight to create resistance, but you're also resisting that air. 2, 3, and down. One more. Up, 2, 3, and down. Last one, we're gonna hold up and press up to the ceiling. And I really want you to think about squeezing the gluteal muscles on the right side more than lifting up and down. So it's little. Almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it here and just squeeze in on the weight for 4, 3, 2, 1. Point your toes and turn your knee out. Tiny circles. Keep looking straight down. Keep pressing into the right hand to square up the shoulders for 4, 3, 2. Hold here, tiny lifts. 1. Again, squeezes more than lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower and switch sides. Woohoo! All right, set up again well. You want to sort of lift out and away from the wrists. Nice neutral spine. Shoulders back and down. Don't sink into the collarbone. Press it up. 2, 3, draw down. Inhale down. Here we go. Up. 2, 3, and down. And don't think of them as swings. Really push and pull. Up. 2, 3, down. One more. Up. 2, 3. After this one, we'll hold. 1, 2, 3. Hold here. Little squeezes through those glutes, which make the heel float up to the ceiling a little higher. Try to rise out of those wrists. Use that left side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Squeeze in on the weight and make sure your low back isn't collapsing. For 3 and 2. Last one. Point that toe. Turn the knee out. Little circles. I have less mobility in this hip, so it's harder for me to circle here. I'm really going to think about that motion. Or 3, or 2. Last one, I'm going to hold it here and squeeze with that knee turned out. Tiny lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Put that weight aside. Bring your feet somewhat close together. Shift your weight out to the right as you walk your hands to the left. Stretching down the right side of the body into the back of the hip. One more breath. Come through center. Shift the hips a little bit to the left as you walk your hands to the right. Stretch down that whole sideline, all the way from fingertips to the back of the hip. One more breath, and then back through center and roll it up. All right, we're gonna move on to standing. And we're gonna use the chair. Okay, so facing your chair, using the seat, you want to make sure your chair is somewhat stable. It's not going to slide around on you a bunch. And we're going to walk back into plank. We're going to split the feet quite a bit. And from here in plank, we're just going to raise and lower those heels. So imagine yourself at the bar working on releve. And yes, my weight sort of shifts forward toward my hands and back toward my heels. But I'm trying to not lift my hips. I really want to feel like I'm in plank. My quadriceps might kick in here a little bit too. Try to soften around the heart and the shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from here, we're going to come back to a little crouch and then shift out to plank. Inhale, trying to reach your tail toward your heels. Come forward to plank. Inhale back. Exhale forward, so let the abs keep you lifted. Inhale back, and it's sort of very powerful, like a piston. Enjoy the break from the weight in the hands. Last 3, we're trying to warm up the calves and the quads. Last 2. Last 1. Now stay right here, bring your feet a little closer together. Push down into that chair and turn the feet over to the left. So you're trying to stay square in your shoulders. Stay here for one more breath. And then slowly come back to center. Split those feet again to repeat. Here we go. Lifts and lowers. Think about the front body really strong to support the mobility of the back body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we inhale, shift back, exhale out and forward. Inhale back. Enjoy the little break on the wrists. Really make sure the hips come in line with the spine like plank. Last 3 and 2. Last 1. Feet a little bit closer, turn them to the right. You're coming onto the edge of the feet, pushing down into the mat or the chair. Asking the abs to really hold you up for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, back to center. Bring your feet in a little closer, bend the knees and stretch to a nice flat back. Hands to thighs. Tuck that tail under, roll up through the spine. Come to standing. Squeeze those inner thighs together in first. Breathe your left arm up. Side bend to the left. Bend the knees a little as you round over the legs. Hang both hands heavy and unwind the spine. Other side. Right arm up. Side bend up and over. Bend the knees a little as you sweep forward. Let the head drop. And unwind that spine. All right. We're going to grab some weights and work on the shoulders. Okay. So stand comfortably in the legs and let your pelvis feel neutral. And we're going to take the weights and hook them on the top of the shoulders. And just hold on to the fronts of the weights. All right, so we're going to backstroke. One arm at a time. I really want you to feel the work that happens around the back of the scapula. So yes, I'm letting my torso turn a little bit. I'm not really trying to take the work into my hips. So imagine literally that you're swimming backwards in a pool or the ocean maybe. That would be nice. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, unhook those weights. Now from here, we're gonna roll the shoulders back and down. We're gonna sweep the arms up in front of the chest and circle. We're gonna open and circle. We're gonna sweep closed and circle. Bring the weights down and circle behind us. Sweep up, just shoulder height, circle. Draw the shoulders together, open circle. Sweep back in front, circle. Breathe it down and circle. Let's try that a few more times. Exhale up. Inhale, circle. Exhale, open. Inhale, circle. Exhale in front. Inhale, circle. Exhale down. Circle. One more time. Exhale up. Circle. Squeeze shoulders to spine. Circle. Draw it back in. Circle. Bring it down. Circle. Turn the palms behind you and squeeze the shoulders to the spine. So you're pressing straight back, letting the chest expand a little bit, drawing shoulders to spine, keeping the movement at the hips and behind. You're almost there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just feel an open and closed rotation in the shoulder joint. Now with wings, exhale, sweep up overhead. Inhale, hug the moon. Exhale, float back up. Inhale down, exhale up. We're almost there. You got this. 5 more times. Inhale, exhale up. For 4, 3, 2, last 1. Back down by the hips, turn the palms back and squeeze into the spine again. So I want you to really perfect this motion so that the tension doesn't come up into your neck and instead you feel work in the mid-back. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Release those weights for now. We're gonna get ready to use the back of the chair. All right. Get into the legs a little bit more here. Okay, so from here we're going to come into a side lunge with a slide. So Give yourself a little space. We're gonna keep the inside leg straight as we lunge to the side and pull the heel in. And you can have a nice, lovely arm that comes and goes too. So I see a lot of mistakes in the studio when we do this. What I see often is both knees bending, which we want to avoid. We have one straight leg, one bending leg. Or I see this big shift in the hips like this. That's not what we want to do. We want to really step out powerfully and confidently, and then drag that heel in and get the inner thighs to engage. Good, let's try 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to come into second and bend both knees. From here, we'll pulse for a few, just feeling the femurs roll open, the knees stretch wide, and feel the weight shift to the outsides of the feet. So we draw those arches up. Now from here, we're going to second, turn and lift to arabesque. Open to second, turn and lift. Now, it's very easy to power that leg lift from the back. Instead, let's find those gluteal muscles that we worked earlier. Open, lift. Inhale, open, exhale, lift. Inhale, open, exhale, lift. 3 more times. Last 2. Last 1. Now we turn to face that chair. Little second position, slide down the wall. You can pulse or you can hop. And you can even hop with your arms up. Yeah, so it looks like this. 8, 7, 6, maybe get the heart rate up a little. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're facing that chair, we're gonna come to parallel. We're gonna take the right leg, step it back, and stand. Bend both knees and stand. Keep that spine nice and long. Exhale up. Inhale, exhale. For 4, for 3, last 2, last 1. Now we hold it back. We lift that top heel as well. And we sneak forward and back. We're just leaning the weight forward and back. For 5, 4, 3, you got this. 2, and 1. Let's go into the other side. Nice parallel. Left leg steps back, tap forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, so make sure that back knee is bending. For 4, for 3, for 2. Last 1. Now we're going to bend and hold. Lift that top heel as well. Sneak forward and back. You don't really need hands for this. For 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Come up and stand tall. Ready to side lunge on the other side. So little V. We side lunge. We slide in. We exhale, pull. Inhale, sweep. Almost there. Good. Last 3. Don't let this knee roll in. Last 1. Now we find second. Little pulses, roll it open. And we'll get ready to switch to arabesque. So here, you turn and lift. We open, you turn and lift. Inhale, exhale. Bend both knees. And then power into that back glute. For 4, for 3, last 2, last 1. Release, good job. All right, let's take the band. We're gonna bring the band across the shoulder blades, under the armpits. We're gonna use a good amount of tension, sit to a little chair, stretch the arms out from the shoulders, and squeeze the shoulders to the spine. Good, keep stretching. Good, so you don't want to reach forward of yourself. Make sure you're not any higher than shoulder height. So we're gonna get into the back of the arms here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, stand nice and tall. Take that band, 1 in each arm. Reach up overhead, press and bend. press and bend. Tricep presses overhead. So don't let your elbows come way wide. Keep them with the intention of reaching forward or toward one another. Now the tension is all up to you here. If it's already hard, then you've got plenty of tension. If it's not hard enough, choke up a little bit. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna slide that band down under the right foot. Keep that left foot behind us. We're gonna pull the elbows up behind the back, and we're gonna kick back and pull in. Exhale back, inhale in. Now, if you wanna add a leg lift as you do this, go ahead, just don't let the arms get lazy. Nice long wrist. For 3, for 2, last one. Now land into that lunge, lift the arms up and back and just hold. Press, lift from the back to the top of the arm. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot in, your right foot back. Lift those elbows again, kick back again. Perhaps you lift the leg. Just keep that front knee bent. Kick it back. For 5, 4, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Land that foot, lift and hold. For 5. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. 4, 3, 2, relax. I felt that work big time. All right, let's grab weights. So if you wish, you can take 2 weights into one hand or not. We're going to start with a little bit of turnout here for some oblique slides. So let's slide over to the right. Again, you could have 2 weights in your hands. It depends on how heavy they are and how cumbersome they are. And then we're just going to pull up here. So it's the opposite side of the body that we're working here. Sometimes I like to bring my hand behind my head. And I'm really just pulling to standing, to full posture. For 5, for 4, for 3, last 2, last 1. Now, if you have 2 weights, split them. We're going to turn that right foot out and come into a warrior 2. We'll stretch the arms out from the shoulders, tip to the inside of that front knee. Now, keeping this knee bent, we're going to slide the torso up and down, reaching the left-handed weight for the ceiling, straight up. So again, it's this side body that's working. This isn't really into the legs. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Now bring the weight down before you come to stand. Bring those heels together, weights in front of the chest. Squeeze your inner thighs as you twist over to the right, center. Exhale, twist left, come center. Twist and center. One more time, twist and center. Now split apart and roll down to second. Same motion. Twist, center. Don't let those hips move at all. Keep the weights in front of the chest. One more time to each side. But from here, we're going to turn and push out. So we come to second, we pivot to lunge, and we punch the weights out. Now, if you have heavy weights, yeah, you're going to feel this in your arms, but let's let that push come from the center, from the abs. You could also just bring your weights to your hips and practice that pivot. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Land it here, come into that warrior 2. For the left, sweep the arms up. Find your way into a little Bikram's triangle, and then slide that top arm up and down. Top side of the body, reaching straight up so the torso just lowers and lifts. Don't let this front knee roll in. For 3, for 2, for 1. Bring the weights in, stand. Smaller V. Weights to that left side body. Slide down, little oblique slides. So here, we feel how the top side body lengthens and contracts. And we control the movement in both directions. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, you may want to grab some water. We're going to use the weights again for front arms. If you've had enough, put the weights down and keep moving. This will be a little bit more really into the biceps. All right, we're going to start with punches though. So we're going to sit and punch, sit and punch. Now we sort of got ready for this motion during the last song, but it's a little more explosive now. And we're using the weights, not just to fire the abs, but to work the arms as well. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, really be in control, and 1, back to center, heels together. So we're gonna roll the weights, the shoulders open, hug the elbows into the spine, just hover that right arm. And the left arm, we're gonna curl out and sweep back. So we curl up and we really squeeze here, and then we sweep. And here. So we want to focus more on the opening than the lift at the bottom. Bicep work. This would be tricep if you really pushed here. But we're going to think more about the biceps. And that other arm is working as long as you don't let the shoulder roll forward. Last 3. And 2. Last 1. Now curl the side in. Stay in your mid-range curls in the belly of the muscle. Keep the shoulder rolling back, the elbow hugging in. For 4, for 3, you got this. 2, 1, relax. Before we do the other side, just think about how your low back feels. Make sure you're lifting your abs and you're staying neutral, so tail pulling down. All right, here we are again. This time the left side sort of stays still. The right side sweeps out, curls here, and down. So almost squeeze the weight in your hand as you sweep it open. Breathe, exhale out. Sorry, I just let that side get lazy. I was thinking about, God knows I can only think of one side at a time. Good, last 4, and 3. You got this, 2. Last 1. Now hug that elbow in. Keep hovering on the left. And now curl on the right. Little pulses. You're almost there. Breathe. Feel your posture. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You might be happy to put your weights down. Feels like we've been holding them forever, doesn't it? All right, guys. We're going to come back to our chair. Try to get the heart rate up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stand behind the chair to start. We're going to turn out. Here's a move we do in the studio a lot, so this will feel comfortable to you. You can imagine trying to not high-five each other. Slide down that wall. We're going to sit and side bend. So you might have music on and you might have your own beat to work to, but we're trying to work a little more quickly here. Get that heart rate up. So it's a little bend and a tap. You need to see it from the side, like this. You got it, keep going. Breathe into it. Good, last 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good, now we're gonna take this outside arm, we're gonna drop into a lunge and push. We're gonna open, push, open, push. So you're turning and bending that back knee down as you press. You got it. Or 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up to stand. Little V, take that outside leg behind you, curtsy, and swing. Bend back, swing out. So swing on a little diagonal. Good. Good posture for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come right back where we started. Second to side bend. I know you can hear me breathing. We know I'm the loudest exhaler in the world. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to drop and push open. Drop and push open. Now you can move to your pace, but really let that back knee come down. Good. Almost there. 5, return. 4, return. 3, 2, last one. Bring those heels together. Outside leg behind. Curtsy swings. So see if you can let your hip feel relaxed here. And that femur bone just swinging freely. For 5 and 4. Here's 3. Last 2. Last 1. Face the back of your chair and just run it out. Being very lifted. Nice posture. Roll through those ankles. Use the ankle, the knee, the hip. 8, 6, 4, 2. Last set. And release. Okay, if you have a small band, now's the time to grab it. We're going to sort of finish standing, then use the band at the mat. We'll sort of transition to our last work. All right, here we are. If you want something to hang on to, have it nearby. We're going to turn out, heels at least as wide as shoulders. Slow lowers and lifts is a little bit of a challenge. Here we go, down for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze inner thighs and glutes as you lift. Lift those arches up. So really imagine sliding down a wall, right? You don't want to pitch forward at all. If you have a band, resist it. Up, squeeze those glutes. 2 more. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3. Now we're going to come down and hold here. Lift both heels if you can and pulse. Yes. Relax the whole top of your torso. You can use your support of abdominals here, but you don't need to stress in the shoulders and neck. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land those heels and stand. You're going to come a little closer together. We're going to sit back, lift up. Sit and lift. All to one side. Try not to lean too far. Lift from here. Control your landing. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Other side. So this might be nice to have something to hold your balance against. Again, no pitching forward. Squeeze here. Last 4. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're going to walk forward to your mat. Ready for some push-ups. With the knees down. Slow. Down. 2, 3. Up. 2, 3. Pause. Down. 2, 3. Pause. Up. 2, 3. Pause. You got it. Pause. Push. Up. 2 more times. Keep the belly lifted. Keep your ears right over your shoulders. Last one. Down. 2, 3. Pause. Will I get back up? Gorgeous. Now we're going to swivel around onto your bottom. Keep that band on the ankles if you have it. We're gonna come right into imprint. Stretch those legs, hand behind the head. We're gonna press out, 2, 3, 4, as we lower up, 2, 3, to lift. Now, could you be in spinal flexion for this? Sure. But what's most important is that the low back is protected and the belly is connected. Ooh, that's another t-shirt. Push, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3. 2 more times. 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3. Last down, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, and bend those knees, get rid of that band. Okay, guys. Last song of work, and it won't be too long. Do a little bit of plank work. All right. So find your table. Seems to be my favorite position today. You can tuck those toes. Again, set up well. We're gonna hover the knees. Now this might be just enough for you practicing flat back. But if you're ready for a little more, you're gonna tap one shoulder, the other shoulder, then one knee and the other knee. So this isn't fast. And you've got to really watch that things don't start to creep up on you. You want to really stay in that table. Now, if this is too much for you, maybe you want to come forward into plank prep and do it here. Okay, so do what's right for you. We're going to try to minimize that rocking side to side. Just try one more time to each side. Knees down, relax for a moment. Relax those wrists. We have 2 more exercises. This time we're going to continue with the crossing across the body, where we're going to come from plank to pike. So here we are in full plank. We're going to lift up and tap across the body and then come forward. Lift up and tap, inhale forward. Find that plank every time. And up. Let's try 4 more. Here you go. And forward. You got it. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold plank for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Drop your knees and sit back. Very, very last challenge. We're going to set up an elbow plank, but we're not going to let the wrists come together. So elbows under shoulders, wrists in line with elbows. Walk back to full plank. We're going to tap the knees down and press out. Tap the knees down, press out. For 5. And 4, you got this. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bend your knees and sit your way back. Maybe a puppy. Keep the hips above the knees. Drop your head. Stretch your arms forward. Lengthen the back without arching too much. 1 more big breath here. And come forward and unwind your spine to the mat. Woo, beautiful. Let's stretch. All right, from here, let's split the feet a little bit, split the arms a little bit, let the heels roll in. We're just gonna lift the right arm and the left leg up off the mat and hover it. And it's really to stretch so that you feel that QL sort of release. And then lower down. Other side, left arm, right leg. Again, reaching out, not so much up. 1 more breath here. And release. Bring your arms wider to goalpost. Make sure your tail draws down as your belly lifts up. Inhale, come up here to breaststroke prep. Really reach your heart forward. Slide your shoulders down. And if you'd like full extension, push into the hands and rise without losing the neck, right? You want to feel really swan-like in the neck. Relax your glutes. Turn your gaze over your left shoulder, back through center, over your right shoulder, back through center, towards your left armpit. Woo, wholly different stretch. Back to center, towards your other armpit, back to center. Lower down, create a little shelf for the head, bend those knees and windshield wiper side to side. Gorgeous. If your band is handy, grab it. Of course, mine is so close yet so far. All right. Let's bring the right foot into the band and roll to the mat. Just use your left side as your anchoring support leg. Bend and stretch a few times here. And then press through the heel to the ceiling. Grab both tails of the band in one hand, right hand. Plug the right humerus bone into the right shoulder and plug the right femur into the right hip and stay and breathe. Good. Try to get into the belly of the hamstring, not necessarily behind the knee. One more breath here. And then straighten that left leg. Take the band in the left hand. Right hand comes to the mat. Cross the body first and see if you can stretch the outside of the thigh. And then once you feel a little bit of stretch there, if you'd like to roll for spinal rotation, go ahead. Gaze can be back at the right arm, which is anchoring you. One more breath here. And then use your exhalation to come up and center. Good. We're gonna place that left foot in the band, right foot comes down. We'll bend and stretch a few times. And then let the left heel lead. Again, drawing both bands into the left hand. Arm bone into shoulder, thigh bone into hip. Stay and breathe. If you feel this behind the knee, bend your knee a little. Keep breathing. Nothing like a good stretch after some hard work. Now let's transfer the band to the other hand. Anchor the left side, turn the toes across the body, and first just breathe the leg across the body. Resist the hip from rolling, and then exhale to roll all the way over. Maybe gaze back at that left hand. Open the shoulder and breathe. Feel that big spinal twist. One more breath. Use your exhale to come back to center. Now we're going to take this band and bring it behind the left thigh. We're going to cross the band. Other leg should be relaxed, and we're just going to stretch the arms out and draw some hip circles. And don't want you to think of this so much as an abdominal exercise, so I don't mind if your pelvis shifts around a little. Reverse directions. I just want you to feel like you have a supported leg to encourage hip mobility. One more breath here. Gorgeous. Now, you're going to take the band into one hand, put that left foot on the floor, and bring your right heel over the left knee. And then you're going to use the band to pull the legs up into reclining pigeon. And the reason why we have the band here is a lot of us have to lift and strain to reach the hand behind the thigh. If you have more flexibility here, you can use your own version of pigeon, but what I like about the band is it makes it, takes it from what could be an abdominal exercise into more of a stretch. Stay for one more breath here. Encouraging the outside of the right hip to relax. Maybe you encourage the right knee to open a little bit more, and then you release. We're gonna bring the band behind the right knee, or the right thigh, I should say, not the knee joint. Cross the band in front, relax that left side body, stretch your arms out, and circle from the hip, not from the knee, right? It's not this little fancy footwork thing. It's an opening of the hip. After 4, maybe reverse directions, and just enjoy how the band helps to assist you. One more breath. And then place that foot on the floor, uncrossing the band. Left heel over right knee. Use that band to draw the right foot up. Keep the right leg a bit active, even the left side. Maybe you use your left hand to encourage the stretch. But relax the torso, relax the face, the shoulders, the abdominals. One more big breath here. You can lengthen that tail even more. And then gently release. Beautiful. We're gonna roll right up onto one side in mermaid legs for a big side bend. Mermaid legs don't work for you. You can always stretch your leg out or come to stand. Inhale, let's breathe that right arm up. Exhale, let's drop that left elbow into the mat and use it to press our way up and over, opening the heart for the ceiling. Stay here for one big breath. Hopefully feels nice. Try to anchor the hip away from the fingertip and then press up. Bring your hands behind you and lift your hips, squeezing that right hip forward even a little more than the left to stretch out the quadricep muscles. Gaze comes up where the wall meets the ceiling. Open your heart. One more breath here. And gently release. Sweep your legs to the other side. Set up into your mermaid. Anchor those sitting bones. And then lengthen out from the waist. Set your arm in the shoulder. And then use the elbow on the mat to really fan open. Press the hip down, away from the fingertips. One more big breath here. Stretch that whole side body, opening the heart to the ceiling. And then press up and hands behind you. Fingertips should be forward or out to the side, not back. Exhale, press the hips up with the goal of lengthening the left thigh, maybe even pressing the left hip slightly more forward of the right. Might even stretch into the hip flexors a bit here too. Easy gaze where the wall meets the ceiling. One more breath here. And then gently release. Swivel those feet behind you. Come to one last table. One last cat, so press the floor away and round the spine. Beautiful. And then come up onto the knees. We're gonna tuck those toes behind us. Inhale, so we'll breathe the left arm up and side bend to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. And then we'll take that right hand, reach it back to the right heel and open into a bit of extension. We'll press the thigh bones forward, stretch the arm on a diagonal. One more breath here. And then squeeze your inner thighs together to lift. Other side, I'll show you from the side. Inhale, breathe up, side bend. Make sure your toes are tucked as you reach that left arm back to the left heel. And then press your thigh bones forward, draw your tail down, and come into a bit of side bending, rotation, and extension all at once. One last breath. And release. Beautiful. Keep those toes tucked. Lift your tail. Hover your knees up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet just a few times to get the calves to release. And then slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Hang upside down here. Draw the heels together and the toes apart. Uncross the arms as you roll up through the spine, setting the shoulders. Inhale, lift to final balance. Exhale, lower those heels. And inhale, high release. Beautiful job, everybody. Thank you so much.